Pro League, everybody live at the next arena. We have Jin Air versus KT here. A match that we thought would be very, very close, but now Jin Air is up 2-0. And it's going to be Trap versus Zest here, game number 3.
Yeah, Jin Air on the cusp of victory, another 3-0 today. And Trap definitely has what it takes to take down Zest, recent IEM World Championship winner. These guys have a bit of history as Trap was the finalist in that tournament, going down 4-1. So he's got a lot to make up for, and this could be a pretty important revenge match for him.
Of course, man. I hope that Trap has gained a lot of confidence, and also that the fans out there regard him as a much better player, because I feel like he was underrated for a long time. He was just the semifinal, or rather, second place in one of the most stacked 16-player brackets I've ever seen. Yeah. So make sure you guys give this guy the respect he's due. Zest, also a very, very experienced player. He, of course, got that 4-1 win over Trap in the finals of IEM Katowice, but he hasn't been performing in Protoss versus Protoss in Pro League. Especially
PvP, and yeah, look at that downward arrow. That says a lot about where he's at in Pro League when it comes to these best-of-1 matches that, a lot of research goes into. And no doubt, Trap went home and did a lot of research on Zest.
Of course, man. This is a big match for him. He wants that revenge. Zest wants to crush him like a bug, though. He looks determined in that boot today. Not smiling. He looks focused. Let's get into game number 3 here. It's Trap versus Zest. Here in the top left in the red for the Jin Air Green Wings, one of our Protoss players, he is Trap.
Down here at the 6 o'clock, it is KT Zest, IEM Katowice champion.
World champion. The world champion Zest. Zest is best.
Wow, with dollar signs.
Dollar signs. Do you remember what the prize pool was for IEM Katowice?
No, I forgot. Unfortunately.
Me too.
A lot of money, a lot of coin.
Yeah, he definitely picked up a big stack of change there from that win. Trap as well.
Yeah. Trap has had a lot more success, especially in this matchup in Pro League. When you look at his stats in Pro League compared to Zest's stats in Pro League, you'd pretty much hands down be like, well, Trap's got this in the bag. Zest has had a horrible time, but then you look outside of that and you just see this big individual tournament, IEM, and where Zest somehow turned it on, completely opposite to what he's been doing in career.
Yeah.
This guy lost to Tang 2-1 in GSL qualifiers round 1.
It doesn't make sense, man. It's a huge outlier, that win. It's crazy.
It absolutely does not make sense. It's completely illogical that he could just go overseas and just win the tournament like that. But he does have what it takes. Zest can turn it on.
Yeah.
Really unexpected sort of victory there.
Well, the thing about Zest is that, maybe he had a bunch of bad games here in Pro League, but he's got it inside him. He was, one of the biggest players of last year's Pro League. He had a lot of big wins. I think he had an all-kill against SKT, right, last season of Pro League, and he really just turned it on. I remember me and Wolf were like, why do they keep playing this guy? He's not winning at all, in the very beginning, round 1. Yeah. And then he turned it on, man. He's got it inside him, and I guess he just has that I don't know, that kind of weird factor inside him where he can just turn it on at times if he really wants to win. Let's see if he can do that here today. That's very key, I feel.
So far, builds have been identical. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, the first scout's even coming out at the exact same time. They're both going to scout the wrong way. Funnily enough. Although, Trap is going to the middle first, so he could go down. Let's see.
Which way, Trap? Which way will you choose?
Looks like he's waiting for the probe, but Zest actually doesn't go near the watchtower.
All right, so they're both going to go the wrong way.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out in just a moment where these guys are going to go, and we are going to see Twilight.
Rush Twilight here.
Very interesting. Bit of a delayed mothership core, only for a few seconds. And, maybe. I just don't think Zest is going to get a scout off on this as well. The mothership's going to be out. It's going to be in position for it, most likely. Should see a Stalker follow up next for Trap here.
We do have the Stargate here coming out of Zest.
Okay.
Let's see what Trap goes for. Is he going to rush that Blink? It looks like he just did.
He's going to rush that Dark Shrine, man.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Straight up, he doesn't care. He's
there
like,
we go.
Well, I didn't get scouted. I guess I'm fine. You know, I'll go all the way.
Well, the thing about this is this can actually just win the game extremely quickly. If Trap gets down a forward pylon very close and this doesn't get scouted, this could actually be insane. I mean, what if Zest makes an Oracle or even a Phoenix, sends it across the map, and it's totally out of position? That DT can get so much economic damage done.
Absolutely. And we are going to see the Oracle, but it's going to be going straight for Trap's base. And maybe the Oracle will get a scout off before this Dark Shrine is up. It's
look at
65% done at this point. Oh.
Stalkers are out. They're looking.
They're looking for
I think they're going to catch that probe. Oh, he sees it.
Oh, the probe's going to give it away. Unless
I
he
think he's got to give it away.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's going to know exactly where that pylon is.
Zest is too smart for this.
Well, is he?
Yeah, he was heading out.
He was too smart for this. Now I'm not so sure, Valdez.
He could just keep it at home just in case, but he is going to send it across the map.
Wow. This could be...
You see Stalkers?
This could be it, man. Straight up.
Let's see how this how this goes down with the Oracle, how he scouts. Two DTs have been warped in.
Oh.
He sees the Dark Shrine now. He knows.
He knows. He doesn't have enough energy anymore because he spent it on that beam. Here comes the trouble.
He's going to block it with two Stalkers.
That's not going to last long.
There you go. Sentry is being warped in. It's way too late.
Oh, he needs an Oracle. He needs that Oracle to come home now.
Oracle's coming back. He's running away all of his probes. He's losing so much mining time right now. That's the key.
All right, Oracle is back. He's got to get out of there. He's got to try and save them. I don't think he's going to save either or. But still, you know, he bought a lot of time. He did a lot of economic damage. Those probes were off the line for a very long time. And he warped in two more, going for this Nexus, no doubt. Good choice.
And the Oracle is actually going across the map now, but he does send it back.
Well, he's going to run out of Revelation pretty soon here. Got to be careful with these DTs. You don't want to be giving them away for free. Just go for the Nexus, and you are up a base Trap.
Yeah, gets the force field down.
Oh, he's actually banking on it. Oh my God, he even lost a DT for it.
He's trying to just get up that ramp.
Well,
I think he will. Oh, man. Second Sentry comes in.
He needs to get back because he's going to have enough energy in 4 more seconds.
That was some really nice blocking out of Zest, actually.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
On that DT.
Right.
Whether or not that was on purpose, but...
He gets away.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, supply advantage for Zest now. He did defend. He weathered the storm. And I think he might even have more probes. No, about even on probes. Just army supply is more of an advantage for Zest because he... did manage to clean up 3 of those DTs.
Yeah. We do see, in terms of tech here, that the Robo facility will come up first for Trap. So that is one slight advantage. Let's see where he goes from here. He's going to immediately Chrono Boost out some Immortals. So foregoing the Observers for now. Just wants to get out those big tanky units.
Yeah, need a bit more damage in this army, no doubt. And, I mean, he's already kind of scouted the main base quite thoroughly. He knows exactly what's coming and what's not, and doesn't really have to worry about any sort of detection for now. Wants to get up the defense he needs for this natural.
Second Immortal is going to be on the way here. And we don't actually have a Forge down for Trap, do we?
No, not at all, actually.
He's not upgrading anything. He's just banking on getting out as many units as possible, it looks like.
Yeah, kind of maybe just doing a little bit of what he feels is catch-up, perhaps, after losing those expensive DTs. Like, maybe he's like, well, I got to get stuff out now, ASAP. Added a Forge a bit later now. And has not chosen to go anything beyond Immortals either with the Robotech. Unlike Zest, who is going straight for Colossi.
Zest also grabbing 1 Immortal on the way. Oracle, being very cheeky, comes in, snipes 1 probe. And just get the tag there on that base. Finally, the +1 is going to start here for Trap. But very far behind Zest if you compare the two. +1 about to finish here for ground weapons for Zest. And Colossi are going to begin to come out as well. He just put down 5 gateways at the same time.
Wow. Might be gearing up for something. That is actually a lot of gateways. He's going to have about 7 gateways after all that. Oh, sorry, 8 gateways. Damn. And we are seeing a much later Colossus tech from Trap as well. So Trap kind of behind in every aspect, except maybe the army. He does have one extra immortal.
He's also making that 3rd immortal, the way it looks like here. He's going to be behind on the Colossus count for sure. He's definitely going to want to hit before there are a lot of Colossi out.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to get pretty tricky as well because this Oracle is still alive. If we do see, you know, Zest start to pressure the front, he can come in the back and start doing a lot of damage with his Oracle, killing a lot of probes. Definitely going to need to see some cannons soon if he Trap wants to start moving his forces around.
Yeah, for sure. Colossus production for both players in the meantime. Zest with all those gateways actually getting heavily supply blocked makes 5 pylons here. It's a little bit behind. Nice snipe there on that DT.
We're going straight for that that 3rd base, and yeah, that was a pretty impressive bank. Damn. That was like sitting at around 1,000 minerals.
Yeah. 8 Zealots in Templar Archives will solve the problem. Looks like Trap wants to expand here, actually at nearly the same time as Zest. But yeah, definitely looking at this game, it does look like Zest is a little bit farther ahead. Unless we could see some very tricky Immortal micro, possibly, like focus down the Colossi of Zest very quickly.
Well, you know what? Zest kind of looks ahead in sort of like some aspects, but he is down 20 supply currently. Somehow, I think Zest kind of invested a little more, you know, obviously in that 3rd base and made more Colossi, and Trap, you know, still playing defensively, but going for a much later 3rd base, and got to be careful not to lose this probe.
He just had that charge actually finish up here, but he does not have the +2.
Oh, and he does lose it. He's got to be careful as well. Zest is actually gearing up for a bit of an attack. Also has a Archon with the army.
Yeah, he's got an Archon. He's also got Colossi range. Looks like Trap is waiting for some of those upgrades to come through. He gets a nice time warp down, but he does not want to fight just yet. Waiting for that range. And he loses the Nexus. He doesn't cancel it.
Oh my god. Big mistakes.
Trap just, you know, little mistakes here and there, but very, very important in this mirror matchup.
Yeah, now Zest is completely up a base. It's not completely saturated at this point, but still, it's going to apply a lot of pressure for Trap, and we are seeing Trap move across the map now. Maybe trying to do some damage while Zest is out of position, because I don't think Zest knows exactly where he was until that Oracle scouted him. Yeah.
But he's actually hitting before +2 is about to finish. He's going to force a fight before he has +2. Let's see how it goes down. Huge time warps come down. They're really slowing down all those Zealots. Getting really nice shots are the Colossi of Zest now. Even the Archon pushing forward, and Trap is on the run.
Yeah, Trap in a horrible place right now. Man, that is a lot of Zealots on top of Colossi. And he doesn't have anything to get out of this either. He's taking so much damage he cannot afford to be losing Colossi at this point. 2 of them already so low, 1 already gone down.
Yep, you can already see the effect in the supply. Already up 50 is Zest.
It's ridiculous.
Huge amount of Zealots pushing forward. More Warpins coming in. Looks like this is going to be it here for Trap.
Yeah,
so
Trap.
Zest able to do it once again, getting the victory over Trap here in this best of 1.
Damn. Trap getting bodied, man. That was way more one-sided than I thought it would be, Valdez.
Yeah, man. And that is actually huge for KT. He gives Stats that chance to possibly take down Kira and bring this to an ace match. Zest, maybe he's back, man. Maybe he is back.
It might just be. And, you know, 4th match, Stats versus Cure. Stats definitely in a good place to take that one as well. The map. What is the map? I think it might be Vani?
I think it is.
Yes, it is.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so bit of a tricky 3rd base for Protoss on this map, but not as bad as, say, Merry-Go-Round or anything like that.
That backdoor base also very susceptible to drops and stuff like this, so you have to be very careful. You know, at least get some cannons down or keep some stalkers back to deal with the drops that do come in. See what kind of style Kira goes for as well. Could definitely try to abuse that Widowmine drop style. Try to get some early damage down onto Stats. I think that's definitely one way that Kira can come ahead in this game.
Yeah, I think so. And we have seen Kira use those drops very efficiently in the past. Not a bad map for him at all.
That was just like a weird game out of Trap. He just looked a little bit nervous, I feel. You know, he was just almost fighting in what Artosis would almost call like an anti-timing, where he's like, I'm going to go try to attack you. You know, I just got my third base canceled, so maybe I've got some extra minerals to try to piece together a larger army, but he didn't have Archons. He was down. He didn't have the +2. It was about to finish.
Yeah.
Maybe if he had the +2 and gotten to a bit of a better position. Also, Zest had double Time Warp, whereas I think Trap used one of them defensively to try to run away earlier on in the game, so...
Yeah, a bit of some wasteful play there, and
yeah,
I kind of didn't like how he used his DTs at the start either. You know, throwing 2 of them away, looking for like that game-ending damage, but he didn't really consider the Oracle coming back in time. And then with the follow-up 2 DTs, he ends up losing one while he tries to run up the ramp. And, I mean, just nothing really happened. I think he would have been better off maybe even just right-clicking that Nexus, trying to take that down or something. Like,
yeah,
anything,
possibly,
anything compared to what he did.
It was nice micro, nice control out of Zest as well. He completely got all of his probes out of the way and, like, blocked behind the minerals with his units, so... He did, you know, handle the situation quite well. His Oracle was totally out of position, but he was able to buy enough time there, so you got to hand that little bit to Zest. But I do definitely agree with you. Like, Trap didn't play that as well as he could have.
Bit of a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's going to make for an interesting match, you know, the next one up. Stats has a chance to make this go to an ace match where we could see the champion versus champion. Maru.
That could happen, man.
Maru versus Life, dude. That would be pretty fun.
That would be like fan service at this point. I don't think Life would want to come out in the